In 2003, an unusual skeleton was unearthed from the dry, barren landscape of the Atacama Desert in northern Chile. It was discovered in an abandoned ghost town called La Noria, a place already steeped in mystery and legends. What made this discovery so extraordinary was the skeleton's size. It measured only 6 inches, 15 centimeters in length. That's roughly the size of a human hand. Immediately, its appearance sparked intrigue and controversy, as scientists and the public alike struggled to understand what it could be. The skull had an elongated, cone-like shape, unlike anything seen in a typical human skeleton. Adding to the mystery, it had only 10 pairs of ribs, whereas a normal human skeleton has 12 pairs or 24 ribs in total. These strange features led to an explosion of speculation. UFO enthusiasts around the world quickly latched onto the idea that this might be evidence of extraterrestrial life, perhaps the remains of a tiny alien being that had somehow found its way to Earth. Others believed the bones could belong to a previously unknown species, possibly a small primate. Regardless of the theories, one thing was certain: the Atacama Skeleton, or ATA, as it came to be known, had become a global phenomenon, capturing the imagination of conspiracy theorists, scientists, and curious minds everywhere. For years, debates raged on about the skeleton's origins. Was it proof of alien contact, a new species, or simply an anomaly of nature? The mystery deepened until the 2010s, when advancements in genetic research provided a clear answer. DNA analysis confirmed without a doubt that ATA was fully human. Despite its small size and unusual skeletal features, this was not an alien or an unknown species. It was a human being, likely an infant or a fetus with severe genetic mutations that affected bone development. The scientific verdict was in, and with it, the more sensational theories about extraterrestrial life were put to rest. However, while science answered the biological mystery, it raised an even more troubling question. How was ATA's body obtained? The discovery and sale of human remains raised serious ethical concerns. Experts in Chile have pointed out that the body was likely removed from its resting place illegally and sold on the black market, which is a major violation of human rights and cultural heritage laws. Nestled between two towering mountain ranges, the Andes Mountains on one side and the Chilean coastal mountain range on the other, the Atacama Desert stretches across a vast 40,500 square miles, 105,000 square kilometers. It is known as the driest non-polar desert on Earth, meaning it receives almost no rainfall, making it an incredibly harsh environment. But this extreme dryness has an unusual effect. It is one of the best places on Earth for preserving human remains. Because of the lack of moisture, bodies that are buried in the desert can become naturally mummified, as the dry air prevents decay. This natural process has allowed archaeologists to study well-preserved human remains from thousands of years ago, giving us valuable insight into ancient civilizations. Arthur C. Ofterhide, an expert on mummies, explains in his book The Scientific Study of Mummies that in the Atacama Desert, bodies buried in the ground often become naturally mummified without human intervention. This is due to the unique environmental conditions: low humidity, extreme temperatures, and a lack of bacteria that cause decomposition. However, nature isn't the only force responsible for mummification in this region. The Chinchorro people, one of the earliest known cultures in the area, had their own intentional mummification practices, dating back over 7,000 years, making them one of the first societies in the world to develop this technique, even before the Egyptians. They carefully preserved the bodies of their dead using an intricate embalming process, showing how deeply they respected their ancestors and their traditions. One of the desert's more mysterious locations is La Noria, an abandoned town where the Atacama Skeleton was discovered. La Noria was established because of the region's natural nitrate deposits, a valuable resource used in making fertilizers and explosives. During its peak, the town was a major hub for nitrate mining, with workers extracting the mineral and sending it out by railway. However, as the demand for nitrate declined and better sources were found elsewhere, the town was gradually abandoned in the 1930s, leaving behind eerie remnants of its past. including old buildings, train tracks, and even a cemetery filled with the remains of former residents. But life in Lanoria was anything but easy. In 2018, Chilean biologist Cristina Dorador described the extreme hardships faced by the town's residents. They endured some of the highest solar radiation levels ever recorded, meaning constant exposure to dangerous UV rays. Water was incredibly scarce, making daily survival a challenge. Daytime temperatures soared to unbearable levels, while nighttime temperatures dropped to freezing. On top of that, sanitary conditions were extremely poor, making disease a constant threat. Perhaps the most heartbreaking fact of all, child mortality rates were devastatingly high, meaning many young children did not survive these brutal conditions. The Atacama Desert is a place of both incredible history and extreme hardship. It holds the secrets of ancient civilizations, the struggles of miners, and even mysteries like the Atacama Skeleton. But it also forces us to ask deeper questions. How did people survive in such harsh conditions? How can we better protect historical sites like Lanoria? And what other secrets might still be buried beneath the desert sands, waiting to be discovered? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In terms, the public got its first real glimpse into Dr. Gary Nolan's research on the Atacama Skeleton when Science magazine published an article about his team's preliminary findings. At the time, Nolan revealed something that would shake the entire mystery. The DNA extracted from Atta was modern, abundant, and of high quality. In other words, there was no sign that Atta was anything but human. This was a significant moment because for years, people had speculated that Atta might be an alien, a primate, or even an unknown species. But the scientific evidence was now pointing in a very different direction. After years of research and careful analysis, Nolan and his team published their long-awaited study on March 22, 2018 in the journal Genome Research. Their work focused on genome sequencing, which is the process of decoding an organism's unique genetic code, the blueprint that determines everything about its biology. By studying the DNA sample taken from Atta's bone marrow, Nolan's team was able to conduct a full genome analysis. This allowed them to compare Atta's genetic information to that of other species, including chimpanzees, rhesus macaques, and most importantly, modern humans. The results left no room for doubt. Atta was 100% human, but there was more to the story. Not only was Atta human, but she was also a female. A close examination of her chromosomes confirmed that she was a female fetus, likely one that had died in the womb before birth. This revelation raised a new set of questions. If Atta was simply a human fetus, why did she look so unusual? Her elongated skull, tiny size, and abnormal rib structure had puzzled scientists and fueled wild theories for years. The answer, it turns out, was hidden in her genes. Nolan's research identified multiple genetic mutations that affected her bone development, which likely explains her cone-shaped head and unusual rib cage. Additionally, they found evidence suggesting that her bones had aged prematurely, meaning that her skeletal structure appeared older than it should have for a fetus. These findings suggest that Atta suffered from a rare and severe set of genetic disorders that dramatically altered her physical appearance. Because of these mutations and her extremely small size, scientists concluded that Atta was most likely a preterm baby who did not survive birth. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you found this discussion interesting and thought-provoking. But remember, the conversation doesn't end here. It continues with you. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep exploring fascinating topics with us, make sure to subscribe to Wisdom TV. It only takes a second, but it makes a huge difference. By subscribing, you become part of a growing community that seeks wisdom, knowledge, and deeper understanding. And don't forget to hit the bell icon. That way you'll never miss an update. Every time we post a new video, YouTube will notify you instantly, so you're always in the loop with our latest content. We also want to hear your thoughts. The comments section is open for you to share your insights, opinions, and questions. What do you think about today's topic? Do you have any theories, experiences, or ideas to add? Drop a comment below, we read every single one, and your feedback helps shape future content on Wisdom TV. Thank you for watching, for being part of this journey, and for your continuous support. Stay curious, stay open-minded, and as always, keep seeking wisdom. Until next time, take care and see you in the next video.